first, let's cheers each other. So if you've got a glass, again, you don't have to be drinking. I just thought it was fun because it's Friday night. We're unwinding, correct?
Yeah.
So let's cheers to yoga. Cheers to being with each other. Woo! Yeah. And then we're going to unwind, forget the week, and do some yin poses. I'm excited. Cheers to you guys. All right.
Natalie.
And we have cats, so you will probably see them wandering around us. I think you guys can see us all right. But yeah, we're gonna do a yin flow today, which is exciting for me because, of course, if you guys know me, I'm usually power flow and trained in that, but it's been really good lately to, let me do this real quick. I'm gonna do, perfect. It's been great to, slow down and breathe even more. So just come to a comfortable seat. We've still got some more joining us, so I'm gonna admit them real quick. Yeah, comfortable seat, and then rest your hands, palms up toward the ceiling. Close your eyes. So good to see all of your faces. Just start to feel the ground beneath you. Root your sit bones through your mat, through your space. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Fill up all the way to the bottom of your belly slowly. And then exhale, sigh it out as slow as you can. Do that 2 more times on your own. Fill up. Exhale slow. Fill up. Exhale slow. And for those of you just joining us, we're grounding here right now, eyes closed, seated position, just starting to feel our breath right here. With your eyes still closed, take your right ear towards your right shoulder and allow your left shoulder just to hang really heavy. What I love about yin is everything is slowed down, so please don't rush into a pose. Please don't rush out of a pose. Just take your time getting there and being there, and take your time getting out of it. Feel what you must feel right here. With your eyes still closed, come back through center, switch sides as slowly as you can, left ear toward left shoulder. Let your right shoulder just drop toward the ground. Take a deep breath in. This time allow your chin just to come towards your chest. Head hangs heavy. Again, allow that space, allow that time just to let gravity do the work right here. Three more rounds of breath here. Pay attention to your areas of tension right here. And then allow your breath to go to these areas during this class. Start to bring your eye gaze up and open. Inhale your fingertips toward the ceiling, big stretch, look up, mini back bend, slow and controlled back. Bring your hands to heart center. We'll begin this class with 1 Om as a community. Breathe in. Set an intention here for this Yin class, this time for you. Start to gently open your eyes. Just a couple things before we get into the class. If you have a block or a book, it would be awesome if you wanted to use that today. We've got a lot of poses that you can really use that in if that feels good for you. Again, no pressure on that. We're getting into these poses slowly. We're going to stay in them longer and we're going to get out of them slowly. So if it feels rushed for you, do your own thing, take your time. We're going to start with, also, you're welcome to have a drink anytime you want. So we all have beverages for this happy hour class. Feel free, we'll toast at the end again, like we did at the beginning. So feel free to do your own thing like I just said. Upper back release with a block is our first pose. So as we're seated here, take your block. My husband, Brad, is being amazing today. Say hi, Brad.
Hi, everybody.
He is off work and taking time with us today. So he's going to take his block in between his shoulder blades and then lower all the way down to his back. Legs go long for this upper back release. And you want this to be as comfy as it can. Nothing needs to hurt or no discomfort here. So really take time to set this up. Yeah, and the back of your head can hit the floor. That ujjayi is really crucial in yin. So bring the ujjayi into each of these poses today. Fill up. Powerful breath and then exhale. Breath can be just as powerful if we slow it down. Allow your shoulders to relax. This is also a mini heart opener, so point your chest up toward the ceiling. Find the expansion in the back of your lungs. Couple more deep rounds of breath right where you're at. In the slowest way possible, start to make your way back to a seated position. Yeah, take your time getting there. Bring your feet into butterfly pose. So it's a seated butterfly pose. And again, your block is there for you. So you can put it under your feet if you would like some elevation. Or without is fine. And then lift up the crown of your head toward the ceiling or the sky, wherever you are. And then start to make your way forward. Getting into your hips. Again, slower the better here. All of these poses can be with your eyes closed if that gives you more senses or more sensory levels to get to where you need it the most. And there's no right or wrong. Let gravity release your thighs, your knees, your calves toward your mat, toward the floor. Breathe in what you need here. Exhale, fold on your exhale. The pose begins when you want to get out of it. And just like life, the challenge is staying in it. Couple more rounds of breath here. When you're ready, slowly make your way back up. Find a wiggle in your toes, wake up your knees, and then make your way to wide leg child's pose. The juicier the better is my logic and belief for today's class. So wide leg child's pose, very comfy, but also really good for our hips, our forehead, just to release any tension there. Spread your fingers wide in this child's pose and then feel all of your knuckles really push into your mat. The strength of your hands, so powerful right here. Walk your hands over to the left side slowly. And then draw your hips toward the back of your room. Find a nice side body stretch here on your right. Deep breath in. Sink back towards your heels on your exhale. Come back through center. And then reach your hands toward the right. Yeah, and bring some space here to your left side, your left hip. Come back to center. Wide leg child's pose one more time. Draw your hips back toward the back of your room. Yeah, and extend your fingertips even longer toward the front of your mat. Draw your shoulder blades back. Move your forehead from side to side slowly. Temple to temple. Come back to center. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Long exhale out. Cat-cow, hands and knees. Begin these cat-cows like you feel today, right now, right here. So as slow or as fast as you want. Inhale, always look up and cow. Exhale, cat. Yeah, and I encourage you guys to close your eyes in a couple of these or all of these and just feel where you need this movement the most. Start to draw in hip circles. Start to move your head however you feel, or your shoulders. Like, this is what I love to call, when I teach power flow, like, this is your dance. This is what you feel. Get it out however you need to express right here. Couple more rounds where you're at. And then come back to hands and knees pose slowly. Make sure your knees are hip width distance apart, hands as well. Spread your fingers wide. And then take your left hand to the center of that. Take your right arm out toward the side and then thread the needle underneath. One of my favorite poses ever. Great for the scapula, the shoulder. And make this as juicy as you want today. If you need a little more, you can take a bind or move your hips back a little bit. Or it may feel great to take it just like it is, just like that arm underneath, nothing more. Ujjayi, bring it in, fill up. Let go of something on your exhale. When you're ready, on your next exhale, start to move through center again. Take any movement in the hips or the head, and then change to the other side, thread the needle. Hear your own breath here. Send this new life, this new oxygen to where you need it. Fill up to the back of the spine, down the hips. Exhale. One more just like that. Fill up where you're at. Exhale, let it out. A couple more rounds of breath here on this other side. When you're ready, make your way as slowly as you can back to center. And then start some new cat-cows with this newfound energy. Maybe take a stretch up with your arms. Anything you need right here. Hip movement again. Make your way to a seated position. Wherever your glass is or your drink is, cheers up. And we're gonna begin with twisted seat. So find yourself, if you need a cushion, I've got one under me, but I'm gonna scoot down so I can see you guys a little better. But just set up your seat however is comfy, and then left hand to right knee, and then your right arm goes behind you like a little kickstand. And today I ask you to really just slowly turn your head, and then slowly let your spine start following your eye gaze back. Allow your breath to become deep here. If you need to adjust to make it deeper, please do so here. Two more breaths. Allow your eyes to close with these. Fill up. Twist on your exhale. Fill up. Twist. Come back through center, switch sides. Root your sit bones through your mat. Sit up even straighter and then drop your shoulders as you twist. Yeah, expand your chest toward this left side of the room. Two more rounds of breath. Allow your eyes to close if they already haven't here. On your next inhale, come back through center. All right, we're gonna do a pose that is new to me, but I fell in love with it looking up some Zen stuff. But it's gonna be a tricep shoulder release. So take your right arm out where your elbow is bent. I don't know if you can see mine. And then just take your right hand behind you to where it hits, you know, the middle of your back. If you want a little more, take it to your left side. And then again, you have the option of taking your left hand over to your right if that feels good, but you're gonna move this side of your head over. So left side, you're really touching your right side, but you're moving the left side of your head towards your left shoulder. And this really is great for me and also Brad, just because so much of our tension is in our shoulders or scapula. So just allow, I know it may be new to you, but just allow yourself to really relax with each exhale. It helped me earlier today just to close my eyes in this pose and then just let gravity sort of move my shoulders down. So good for your neck muscles. Deep breaths in through your nose. Exhale, let everything melt toward the floor. Couple more breaths on this side. You may stay on this side if you need it more here, or begin to move to the other side. So the left arm will go out now, bend, take behind you, right arm to your right tricep or left tricep. I know sometimes with sleeping, especially lately, mine hasn't been so consistent. So just adjusting this way after maybe I slept a little wonky or something has really helped with my neck. Again, allow your eyes to close. Just let your body really move to where it needs to right here. Couple more rounds of breath here. If you need longer in this pose, please feel free to stay. And if not, start to make your way back to a seated position and just drop your chin towards your chest. Relax your eyebrows, your chin, your jaw. If it feels good to you, slightly take your right ear towards your right shoulder right here. Nothing to be forced. And then back through center, left ear toward left shoulder. Just some constant movement here, but as slow as you can, just to feel everything that really works right here. So many of our vertebrae move so many times and we don't even think about it, but just slowing these poses down, you really get into feeling what may be trapped, what may be kinked. When you're ready, start to make your way back up. Inhale your fingertips up toward the sky again. Look back, mini back bend. This time fold all the way forward. So hands toward the mat. And again, make it juicy for yourself here. Yeah, Leah, awesome. If you've got a block, you can put it out in front of you and even reach further, or take your forehead to a block. And I meant to ask you guys this earlier in the practice, but as you're here, set an intention just for where you would like this breath to go. Something new, something you need this Friday evening as you unwind, or maybe set a course for your weekend. When you're ready, make your way to your backs. And we'll set up for restorative bridge, one of my favorite things, and I believe Brad's as well. But take your block or your book and start to set up the best bridge that you have ever felt in your life right here. You want bridge to never feel uncomfortable. Yeah, your feet should be hip width distance. Lift your hips up toward the ceiling. Find that sweet spot with your block. And we'll be here for a while. So if you need to raise your block up a little bit, do so. If you want a little more, if you want more on your spine, set it long ways. If it feels good, draw one shoulder under and then the other shoulder under. Yeah, and so many times, like, we're in this pose and then we want to get to wheel, or we want to, get to shoulder stand or something like that. So, maybe take a sip of wine, or, really relish the fact that you can be here a little longer and just see where that feeling leads you. Like, can you open your heart a little closer or more toward the ceiling? Press down through your feet and then send your hips toward the sky. Start to make your way down, or stay here if you want, but we're gonna go into fish pose while we're in this realm, this area of on our back. So set your block up to what you need for fish today. Again, I love a block restoratively right here. Yeah, sort of like we started, but if you'd like to set your block up on the higher end, You guys look lovely.
Thank you.
Even Brad said thank you. But seriously, guys, go ahead and allow your eyes to, again, close here just to feel this in a different way. Allow those thoughts to pop in and pop out. Nothing to do here, just breathe. Couple more breaths where you're at. And when you're ready, start to remove the block beneath you. And then make your way into a straddle pose. Awesome, guys. Again, have a sip if you'd like. Start to readjust, maybe move your shoulders. So we're in the straddle here. Lift your fingertips up toward the ceiling again. Take the mini back bend, which I love, and then go towards your left foot. Yeah, draw your left hip back. Flex your toes toward the sky. On your next inhale, lift up, switch sides. Right side straddle. Yeah, you guys are so awesome. Take any kind of bind or, whatever you're feeling, really open up your right hip on this side. And draw your sit bones right under you. Inhale, fill up with air. Exhale, fold. Couple more rounds of breath on this right side. Start to make your way back up slowly. Deep breath in. Fingertips toward the sky again. Bring your legs together. Let them go long, and then forward fold towards your toes. It's fine to put a little bend in your knees here. The block can go in front of your feet. Yeah, breathe in deep toward the bottom of your belly again. Exhale, fold, lead with your heart. Just keep that pace. Inhale, something new in. Exhale, release something old. When you're ready, start to slowly make your way back up. Take any movement you need as we're in a seated position. Again, shoulder movement, head from side to side, anything to awaken your chest, your back. And then find your way to puppy pose. This literally was one of the first poses I ever did when I was very new to yoga, way back in the day. But it still serves such a great reminder to just expand your throat, your chest towards your mat, and then lift your hips high. Yeah, find that opening between your chin, your Adam's apple. Sphinx pose. Come to your forearms. Yeah, and take your eye gaze up, open your throat again, bring some openness to your chest, draw your shoulder blades back toward the ceiling, toward the back of your room. Camel pose. A restorative camel, I remind you. Slow and controlled. Again, open the throat first. This doesn't have to be a fast camel at all. Just start with opening your throat, tilting your head back. And then as you settle into this camel slowly, you will feel, if you want to, walk your fingertips toward your heels or toward the nape of your back. When you're ready, slowly walk back up. Child's pose, wide leg one more time before we make our way into half pigeon. And refocus here, bring your breath. Half pigeon on the right. Today, lift your right leg up toward the ceiling. Bend your knee, find a nice hip opener even before you go into half pigeon. Yeah, maybe an ankle circle one way. And then as slowly as you can today, right knee toward right elbow. If you would like more in your pigeon, you can reach back with your left hand, maybe touch the top of your right foot. Go for some bind today here. Nice, Holly. It's funny that, you know, as what we all are going through now with just a change in everything, how much that really just taking the time to breathe in instances like this can really change your perspective. So stay in this pose on this side, 5 more breaths. And just allow the power of being right here, right now, to take over. When you're ready, make your way slowly to the other side. Take movement on your right side. Lift up your right leg and then switch to your left. Open that hip up however you need. Slow and controlled left side pigeon. If you're in a bind here, take a couple more breaths or start to make your way back up, and we're going into frog pose now. I like to roll the sides of my mat up just to support my knees a little better. And again, there's no rush in this yin class. So set up with towels or a yogi toe, whatever you need to make this pose comfortable. We'll probably be holding this one for 2 minutes. Yeah, take a sip. It will make this pose a lot easier. I got you, Brooke. I got you, Des. Got you, Sarah Blizzard. Got you, Brad. And then again, there's really nothing to do here as you flex your feet other than just let gravity start to pull down through your inner thighs, your knees. It's in these poses where, of course, the thoughts are you want to get out of it. But the staying in it is what counts. And that's what I believe most of us love about yoga is you stay in it and you get through it. And it changes not only your body's perspective of what you can do, but also your mental perspective of what you can do. Take a couple more rounds of breath here. Feel right where you are at. What may seem uncomfortable or what you are thinking about the most. And then when you're ready, start to make your way back up slowly to legs up a wall. And some of you are outside, so, just find legs up a fence or a pole or a fence post, whatever you're looking at. You guys have some great views, by the way. Yeah, and it's helped me to really push my booty up against the wall first and then swing my legs up. Brad is demonstrating that on our wall right now. I invite you to bring your arms to a T today. Or arms above your head, just to bring in that new energy towards your heart, towards your torso. If you love this right now as much as I do, please stay here. But something that you can add on that I tried earlier that felt pretty good to me, but again, trust yourself. Take your legs, if they're up against the wall, and then just move them toward the left as much as you feel comfortable. Just down the wall. Keep your sit bones rooted in your hips, but maybe find a different like hip release on your right side. Keep your torso grounded wherever your arms were, leave them, but just move your legs toward the left. Almost like a legs up a wall supine twist in a way. Come back through center, switch sides. Move away from the wall if you need, and then make your way back to happy baby, however you need to get there. Happy baby into archer's pose today. So lengthen one leg long, bend the other knee in, and then switch sides. Bring your knees together. Squeeze and hug your forehead towards your knees. Yeah, and a little bitty ball. Squeeze everything in. And just tell yourself that you love yourself for doing this for you and those around you, or your animals, or something around you today. Squeeze everything in one more time. Supta Baddha Konasana. Soles of your feet together, one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. And keep that same thought, that gratitude for you to really show up for you today. That in turn helps all of those around us. If your drink is near you, feel free to have a sip or go right into Shavasana. Set yourself up for the most relaxed that you've been in a long time. You've got your block. If you want to prop anything up, your feet or your head or your back, a blanket is great. But there's nothing more to do here. Just allow the soles of your feet to look up toward the ceiling. Relax your toes. Relax your calves. Let your thighs just melt through your mat. Release your lower back. Allow your fingers to unwind. Let your shoulder blades get heavy. Let them fall to the floor. Slowly tuck your chin toward your Adam's apple. Allow the back of your head to get heavy. Bring some movement in your fingertips. And allow your breath to deepen all the way back to the bottom of your belly. And that slow sigh out. Start to bring movement into your toes and fingertips again. And then move to your right side. Thank yourself for giving yourself time today to heal with breath. When you're ready, make your way to a comfortable seat. And we'll end this class just like we started with, let's do 3 ohms today as a community. It was so lovely being with all of you. We'll cheers our glasses after this, but draw your hands to heart center, or if you have an animal like me, bring your hands to your heart. Inhale in. Thank you for sharing your yoga practice with me and those around you and Miss Wobbles. Namaste.
Namaste.
Thanks, guys. Cheers. Happy Friday. Good Friday.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Everybody.
Yay. Brad and I are around. We're on the chat box. You guys are unmuted, so feel free to have a sip with us. Enjoy your holiday weekend, whatever that may be. And we're going to be on for a minute, so please, if you have any questions, let us know. At the top of the hour, I put on the Venmo and the Kindful info in case you guys want